साकार की आज भी देते हो बाबा पालना साकार की आज भी देते हो बाबा पालना साकार की घर की जाति सब यहाँ से झोली तेरे प्यार की आज भी देते हो बाबा पालना साकार की आज भी देते हो बाबा पालना साकार की पालना साकार की पालना साकार की।
Om Shanti. 17th of February 2023. Morning Murli, Bapdada Madhuban. Essence. Sweet children, you have found God, the Father, while sitting at home. You have to maintain limitless happiness. Do not suppress your happiness under the influence of the vices. Sweet children, you have found God, the Father, while sitting at home. You have to maintain limitless happiness. Do not suppress your happiness under the influence of the vices. Question. Who among you children would you say are lucky and who are unlucky? Question. Who among you children would you say are lucky and who are unlucky? Answer. Those who do the service of making others equal to themselves and give happiness to everyone are lucky. Those simply eat and sleep are unlucky. They continue to cause sorrow for one another. When something is lacking in their efforts, they become unlucky. Answer. Those who do the service of making others equal to themselves and give happiness to everyone are lucky. Those who simply eat and sleep are unlucky. They continue to cause sorrow for one another. When something is lacking in their efforts, they become unlucky. Second question. What are the sins of children whose operation of the third eye is successful? What are the sins of children whose operation of the third eye is successful? Answer. They do not repeatedly fall in the storms of Maya. They do not stumble around. Their behavior is divine and they imbibe knowledge well. Answer: they do not repeatedly fall in the storms of Maya. They do not stumble around. Their behavior is divine and they imbibe knowledge well. So, leave your throne of the sky and come down to earth. So, leave your throne of the sky and come down to earth. Om Shanti. God Shiva speaks, or it can even be said, God Shiva, the God of the Gita speaks. The name of the Gita is mentioned because it is the Gita that has been falsified. Everything depends on the fact that is was not the corporeal deity Sri Krishna who spoke the Gita, that Krishna did not teach Raj Yoga, and that the original eternal deity religion was not established by Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna cannot be called incorporeal God. The image of Sri Krishna is completely different from the form of the incorporeal one. Who is the Supreme Soul? He doesn't have a body of his own. People call out, "Oh God, change your form and come down here." He would not take the form of an animal. Human beings have said that he takes the form of an animal, that he incarnates in a fish, an alligator, or boar. However, he himself says, "I don't take any of those. I don't take any of those forms. I have to make the world new." Sri Krishna doesn't have to create a world. It is Brahma who creates the Brahmin clan. There is a lot of difference between Brahma and Sri Krishna. Brahmins have been created through the mouth of Brahma. It has not been written anywhere that deities were created through the mouth of Sri Krishna. You children now know that there is no one in the world whose intellect is aware that incorporeal God enters a corporeal form and gives knowledge to souls. Those who take knowledge are souls, and the one who gives knowledge is also a soul. For half a cycle, all bodily beings in different forms, such as mothers, fathers, gurus, saints, etc., have been giving various directions to others. Now, the song, "You are the mother and you are the father," and We receive blessings through your mercy. Is being explained to you. This price is only sung of one. The Father says, renounce the directions of your physical parents, gurus, saints, etc. I alone come and become your father, teacher, guru, friend, and brother, etc. Everyone's directions are included in the directions I give you. Therefore, it is good to follow the directions of me alone. Surely, only at this time would the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, give directions. That Supreme Soul gives directions to you souls. Whereas those who give directions are all human beings. In fact, those are also souls who give directions through their organs. But people are trapped in their names and forms, and so they don't know this secret. It is said that Buddha went beyond to the land of Nirvana. Buddha is the name of that body. A body cannot go anywhere. Or they would say, and so, they would say so and so went to the land of paradise. And they would mention the name of the body. They would not say that he left his body and the soul went. No one knows this. You know that it is souls that have to go to heaven. It isn't that souls come here from heaven. All of them come from the supreme abode. You children have this knowledge in your intellects. You know that first in this world there are the deity souls, those who play their parts in the golden age. Your intellects have the full introduction of souls and the supreme soul, but you repeatedly forget and become body conscious. No one is able to make effort fully. Maya is such that she doesn't allow you to make effort. You are already lazy, and Maya makes you even more lazy. The master of the world himself sits here and teaches you. He has the power of all the relationships, such as the mother, the father, the brother, the friend, the guru, etc. This prize is of only the one Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. But people don't understand this. They sing this prize in front of the Lakshmi and Narayan, idols, etc. You souls know that you have been around the cycle of 84 births, that it is now your final birth. Your intellects should repeatedly recall this. This knowledge brings great happiness. That one is such an unlimited Father, and yet he doesn't need anyone except you. Children. Reason also says that the happiness of those who become the children of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, should have no limits. However, when the vices of greed and attachment, etc., come, they suppress your happiness. It is these vices that have suppressed the happiness of the whole world. While sitting at home, you have found the Father. He has come in Bharat. Bharat is the home of the people of Bharat. However, he would definitely come in one home. It isn't that he would come in every home. In that case, he would be omnipresent. Surely, he would come and make impure ones pure. People of the world think that Sri Krishna will come, but you know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is the purifier and the ocean of knowledge has come. In fact, his name is Rudra. This is the biggest mistake of all. When they understand that he is the unlimited Father, the creator of the whole world, their mercury of happiness will rise. You would surely receive the inheritance from such a father. You cannot receive the inheritance from Sri Krishna. No one's intellect works on these things. The whole world is the Shudra community. The Brahmins there are just in name only. When you Brahmins churn the ocean of knowledge, you can also give the introduction to others. Everyone knows Sri Krishna. Some say that Radhe and Krishna belong to heaven, whereas others have taken them to the copper age. They have created this confusion. God is the ocean of knowledge. Only you, the godly community, can have knowledge. How could the devilish community have knowledge? Although they sing, O purifier, they don't consider themselves to be impure. They don't know heaven at all. They simply say it for the sake of saying it. They don't even understand that deities are residents of heaven. Their eyes open when you explain to them. Maya has completely closed their eyes. Ancient Bharat was heaven. They don't even know that it used to be the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. We didn't know that either. You can understand that all the other religions came later. Those religions didn't exist at the time of the deities. Therefore, there would definitely on be happiness here, happiness there. The Father creates children to give them happiness. It isn't that He gives them both happiness and unhappiness. A physical father too would ask for a child in order to give him his wealth and property, not to give him unhappiness. It is only now we explain that from the copper age onwards, physical fathers have only been giving unhappiness. They don't give you unhappiness in the golden and silver age. Here, a mother and father give you a lot of love, but they then put you under the sword of lust. Therefore, sorrow begins. It isn't like that in the golden age. There is no question of sorrow there. The Father sits here and explains this. You to understand everything number wise. You are now being operated on with knowledge and yoga. However, the operation for some is successful, but not for others. For instance, when people have an eye operation, it is successful for some and they become fine, whereas others still have some defects left in their eyes. Some people's eyes become completely bad. You are now each receiving a third eye of knowledge. So, the eye of the intellect opens and you begin to make very good effort. The eye of some people doesn't open fully and so they are unable to imbibe. Their behavior too is not divine. They repeatedly continue to fall in the storms of Maya. On the one side, in the Master who gives you happiness for 21 births. And on the other side is Ravan who gives you unhappiness. He too is called a master. The Father says, I don't give anyone unhappiness. I am well known for giving happiness. In the golden age and silver age, everyone is happy. The one who gives happiness is someone else. No one knows when Ravan's kingdom begins. For half a cycle, it is the kingdom of Rama, and for half a cycle, it is the kingdom of Ravan. This is the story of the kingdoms of Rama and Ravan. However, it is with great difficulty that this sits in anyone's intellect. Some are in a state of total decay, and so they don't understand anything. The more someone studies, the more manners he develops, the more there is this splendor, but it is incognito for us. If you have the eternal intoxication of being Narayan, you will also speak about it and explain to others. This study one that makes you into the kings of kings. The Congress party get very annoyed when they hear the names of kings, because the kings of later times began to live lives of great comfort. However, they have forgotten that the deities of the original eternal religion were kings and queens. You are now once again receiving power from the Father and claiming your fortune of the kingdom for 21 generations. This story of the true Narayan is very well known, but even schol- schol- scholars and teachers don't know it. They have made so much show of the Gita. Hundreds of thousands of people listen to it, but none of them understands anything. Now, who would awaken those poor people? This is the duty of you children. However, there are very few of you people who can awaken others to the extent that you make others equal to yourself. Accordingly, you will climb a high status. The Father says, consider the past to be the past. It is fixed like that in the drama. Make effort now for the future. Write your chart. How much did I imbibe in this much time? Some are 25 to 30 years old, and others are children of 1 month or even 7 days. However, these new ones are galloping ahead of those who have been here for 15 to 20 years. It is a wonder. They either say that Maya is very powerful, or that the drama is like that. However, when you leave it to the drama, your efforts grow cold. You then believe that it is not in your fortune. All of you are lucky stars. You can be compared to the stars of the sky. You are the stars of the earth. Those stars simply give light. Who serve to awaken people. You make unhappy ones happy. People call those stars astral deities, but it is you serve to awaken people. But it is you who become true deities. Those stars are called deities because they reside up above. However, deities don't reside up above. They reside on this earth, but they are definitely more elevated than human beings. They give everyone happiness. Those who make one another unhappy cannot be called lucky stars. Lucky and unlucky exist at this time. Those who make others equal to themselves are called lucky. Those who simply sleep and eat are called unlucky. It is also like that in a school. This too is a study. You have to use your intellect for everything. Radhe and Krishna are called 16 celestial degrees lucky. Rama and Sita are 2 degrees less. The luckiest of all are Lakshmi and Narayan. They too became that by studying this. When something is lacking in your efforts, you become unlucky. The Father himself teaches you. You students are gopis and gopis. In fact, those words emerged in the Golden Age. There, the prince and princess play with one another, and so the loving names of gopis and gopis are given to them. They are shown with Sri Krishna. When they grow older, they are not called gopis and gopis. All of them would be princes. He would not play with maids and servants or with people from the villages outside. People from outside cannot enter the palace. Sri Krishna doesn't go to the river Yamuna outside. He plays inside his own palace. They have written useless stories in the Bhagavad, such as that he broke an earthenware pot, etc. There was nothing like that. There is great discipline there. The Father explains so much. He says, follow Srimad. At this time, you receive nothing but happiness. There is so much praise of him. He cancels everyone's sorrow and gives everyone happiness. He says, constantly remember me alone. If the Father didn't come and teach us this, would we have been able to study? No. This is the most lovely Father. The best directions of all that he gives are Manmana above, remember me, remember heaven, remember the cycle. All of the knowledge is included in these directions. They simply show Vishnu with a discourse of self-realization, but they don't know the meaning of it. We now know that the conch shell is of knowledge that the incorporeal Father gives us. Vishnu doesn't give that. He gives it to human beings who then become deities or Vishnu. This knowledge is so sweet. Therefore, you should remember the Father with so much happiness. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, who are the decoration of the Brahmin clan and spinners of the discus of self-realization, love, and remembrance. However, you children spin the discus very little. Some of you don't spin it at all. The Father says to you every day, children who are spinners of the discus of self-realization, these two are blessings that you receive. Acha, the spiritual Father says, Namaste to the sweetest spiritual children. We the spiritual children says, Namaste to the spiritual Father. Essence for Dharana. 1. The directions of the Father. The teacher. The Guru. The brother, etc. Are all merged in the directions of the one Father. Therefore, only follow his directions. Don't follow the dictates of human beings. 1. The directions of the Father, the teacher, the Guru, the brother, etc. are all merged in the directions of the one Father. Therefore, only follow his directions. Don't follow the dictates of human beings. 2. Let the past be the past. And gallop in your efforts. Don't become slack. And say, if it is in the drama. Do the service of making others equal to yourself. 2. Let the past be the past and gallop in your efforts. Don't become slack and say, if it is in the drama. Do the service of making others equal to yourself. Blessing. May you be a master bestower of peace. And attract everyone with your power of silence. Blessing. May you be a master bestower of peace and attract everyone with your power of silence. Just as you know the way to serve with words in the same way, now shoot arrows of peace. With this power of peace, you can bring about greenery in a desert. No matter how hard a mountain may be, water can be made to emerge from it. Put the great power of silence into your thoughts, words, and actions in a practical way, and you will become a master bestower of peace. The rays of peace will then attract all souls of the world to the experience peace, and you will become a magnet of peace. Slogan. Adopt the vow of the stage. Of soul consciousness and attitudes will be transformed. Slogan. Adopt the vow of the stage of soul consciousness and attitudes will be transformed. Om Shanti.
बनाया प्रभु ने है अपना, दिया सुख हमें है कितना। बनाया प्रभु ने है कितना, बनाया प्रभु ने है अपना, दिया सुख हमें है कितना। न इतने तारे अंबर में, न इतने तारे अंबर में, न सागर में जल इतना, बनाया प्रभु ने है अपना, दिया सुख हमें है कितना। किस्मत के धनी हम तो के, हम भगवान को पाए। है किस्मत के धनी हम तो के, हम भगवान को पाए। कोई माने या माने ये दिल जाने जो आए, ये मेहरबानियाँ तो है उसकी, वरना कोई उसको कब पाए। बनाया प्रभु ने है अपना, दिया सुख हमें है कितना। वो है शरण शरणहारी जो हमको गोद में पाले। वो है शरण शरणहारी जो हमको गोद में पाले। दिया जीवन नया हमको, पिलाकर नजरों से प्याले। है किस्मत पे हम इतराते, है गाते हो के मत वाले। बनाया प्रभु ने है अपना, दिया सुख हमें है कितना। बनाया प्रभु ने है अपना, दिया सुख हमें है कितना। न इतने तारे अंबर में, न इतने तारे अंबर में, न सागर में ही जल इतना। बनाया प्रभु ने है अपना, दिया सुख हमें है कितना। बनाया प्रभु ने है अपना, दिया सुख हमें